Oh, he's a sexy horse.
No, lovely to see you.
Welcome back.
Paul! Hey, how are you?
Look at his walk at the back.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? He just pulls those legs through beautifully. Oh.
Check me out. Guest of honour.
He's the one that's going
Well, mate.
Yeah.
Welcome to ATV TV. I'm Darren Dance here with Shona Drechsler at the Werribee Quarantine Centre, and this week Shona's given me the flick. She's working for Marco Botti. He was a little bit short on staff. How's that been for the week?
Yeah, it's been great experience, mixing with the best of the best horses in the country and the world, so I'm a very lucky girl.
Yeah, it's great. Shona's working with Marco for the mornings and looking after the horses on the ground, so it's fantastic for us because it gives us a real insight to what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, let's go through last week's runners and
Yes.
let's have a look at those.
All right, so we had Shresonsk finish 5th at Geelong.
I thought it was a really good run. She hit the line strong and just got balked a couple of times in the run, and look, she's got a foot on the till. Probably one to get on next up.
Yep, one to follow. Social Media finished 8th at Kilmore.
Probably disappointing run based on the first up run, and maybe Kilmore second up. You can always forgive him at that track, and
And she
maybe,
was severely checked.
yeah, severely checked.
Yeah.
Maybe just forgive that.
Yep, alrighty. Tokyo Tower 6th at Bendigo.
Disappointing yesterday. Didn't show a lot. Expected more from her. Jury's out. One more start.
Yep. Clairvaux 7th at Bendigo.
Once again, disappointing. We expected him to win yesterday. Changing rider to Jamie Mott because Craig wasn't available. Not sure about the ride. Not sure how he's pulled up yet, but yeah, once again, disappointed.
Yep. So now we're going to talk about this week's runners. We've got a bit happening this week. Tonight we're off to Moonee Valley. We've got 2 runners in the one race. We've got Happy Highway and Long Time.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Because both these mares are in good form. Happy Highway's run last start was really full of merit, as was Long Time's.
Yeah.
Ran second to a very, very promising horse. I think these horses were both in the finish. It's hard to line the form up and work out who's going to be the better one, but I think at this stage I'd probably have to just lean towards Long Time over Happy
I'm the
Highway.
same. Yeah. She ran into a handy one last start.
Oh, very good horse. 4 wins out of 5. Not many do that.
Yeah. Tomorrow we're heading to racing headquarters at Flemington. We've got Firehouse Rock and L'Espresso.
Looking forward to Firehouse Rock going. He's on a derby campaign. He needs to win tomorrow. He won last start. I can't believe he's $10. If you haven't backed him, you should be backing him each way. He's a great chance. He's improved, and he worked with one of David Hayes' horses during the week, Wildness, who was beating him 6 to 8 lengths last prep. He towed that horse. He's come on. He's the real deal, Firehouse Rock.
Yeah.
Long Espresso goes into the mares race. She's coming off a couple of fair runs, you could say, but I think we've got her sorted now. She needs to be ridden back, out wide, and save for one last run. She's over the odds, and it wouldn't surprise me if she ran top 3.
Yeah. Matoa, we're going with Snitzel Rose.
Yeah, just one runner up at Matoa now, running me to a scratch because he drew wide. Snitzel Rose is coming up with a little bit of a let up. I think whatever she does tomorrow, she'll go better next up once we get her over a bit more ground.
Distance,
She needs more ground.
And then we're going to Newmarket in the United Kingdom with Collini.
Yeah, well, Collini steps up to, I think it's 2,200 metres. Last start he ran 3rd, over 2,000, was just a bit short. But the rider reported that he went particularly well and a lot better than he'd been going. So looks like I'm going to have a late night Saturday night.
Yep. And on Wednesday at Ballarat, we've got nominated Esprit de Sol, and I just got a message off Mark Riley saying he couldn't be more happier with the horse.
Yeah, look, we just don't want a wet track. He's useless on the wet.
Yeah.
So he's a big horse. He's a rough chance to get to the Derby. He'll probably go through the Geelong Derby trial. He needs to be winning at Ballarat to do that. If we get a firm track over the ground, I think he'll be in the finish.
Yep. That's all I've got.
That's all the runners?
Yeah.
Now, earlier this morning, we caught up with Marco's staff. I'm here at Werribee Quarantine Centre on Friday morning, and we've just watched all our horses work. And the head lad for Marco Botti, Paul Francis, back in 2014, we must have looked after you too well last year.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, much appreciated. A really good time, good owners, and good fun.
You're looking a little bit trimmer this year. They tell me you've been running a few miles.
Yes, I don't know if it's a midlife crisis or not, but I've done a couple of half marathons this year, and I broke 1:30 in the Great North Run.
Good on you. Now tell us about the horses. They've been here 6 days. Let's start with Guest of Honour. Obviously I saw him back in Newmarket earlier in the year, but from what I see today and from everyone who's here watching, they've all been impressed. He's just such a great physical type.
Yeah. I say travelling, he never took an ounce off him, and he's put 16 on since he's been here, so he's enjoying it.
You better work him a bit harder, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
And we've confirmed Damien Oliver to ride him in the Toorak next Saturday. You think the horse is in good form?
I think he's in great form. I mean, he looks a picture. He's eating well, cantering well, so we know more on Sunday when he works. I'm pretty sure he'll get a nice feel of him.
So Sunday morning, Damien will come down and gallop him some fast work?
Yeah, he's going to be upsize Dandino.
Yeah, so that's Damien Oliver.
Yeah, and working over 1400.
1400, oh, we'll look forward to having a look at that Sunday morning. Seismos, wow, he's a horse, you know, obviously we saw in Hong Kong last year, he looked, you know, fair to say the best. Yeah. I didn't see him in Dubai, but the reports were he looked fair to say the best. He improved a bit when we got to Royal Ascot in June after we'd bought him, and today, wow, he looks magnificent. I just love his attitude and I love the way he's working. Yeah,
I think he's a completely different horse to at home, because he's usually, I mean, he has a buck and a kick, but in his actual work, cantering, he's quite laid back and lazy, but here he's very enthusiastic, and especially this morning he came out bucking and kicking on the track, so he's really fried him.
And we've got Craig Newitt confirmed for him for both in the Caulfield Melbourne Cup, and I guess you'll get to meet Craig in the next week or so.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
And then the big black beast, Dandino, he's back just like you.
Yeah,
You're a bit lighter, he's a bit bigger.
Yeah, he's a bit bigger. Yeah, I mean, we had that little setback that obviously we know about in Hong Kong, and with older horse they sort of dropped their belly a bit more, and it just took him time to get back this year, but I'm pretty sure we'll have him spot on for Caulfield.
Spot on for Caulfield?
I hope so, yeah.
And we had Craig Williams out here riding him yesterday in work, and it was good to see those two reacquainted.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a rapport with horse. I think he loves him anyway. He always tells me he loves him, so he didn't love him enough to ride him in the Melbourne Cup last year, though.
No, he was locked in. I don't think he'll make that mistake again. So everything's good with the three?
Yeah, really happy. Yeah, I couldn't be more happy with him.
And we're looking after you here in Australia?
Very good, very good. Thank you.
We've got great weather?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Great people?
Great people, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you later in the week.
All right, thanks, Darren. Cheers.
And here I am on Friday morning here with Nikki, who's come out with Paul and the team. Welcome to Australia.
Thank you.
Is this your first time?
Yeah, this is my first time.
Okay, so after 6 days, what do you think so far?
Oh, it's brilliant. I'm absolutely having an amazing time. I'm absolutely having an amazing time, and it's good. Love it. We want to come back.
Is Paul working you too hard?
No, he's good.
Is he cooking meals, looking after you?
Oh, no, not really.
No?
He make a cup of tea for me, but that's it.
Now, you've been out there on Guest of Honour most mornings?
Yeah, it's in the good fun. And it's good.
You like riding him?
Oh, I love him. He's my favourite horse.
Your favourite horse?
Yeah.
Do you think he can win next Saturday?
I hope so.
You hope so?
Yeah. It's
good.
his trip, and yeah, he's in the good fun, you know.
Tell us a little bit about you. You've been with Marco Body for how long?
Oh, I'm working for Marco 6 years now.
Good to work for?
Oh yeah, he's a lovely boss. We have a good team. It's not hard work. Yeah, it's perfect.
Plenty of money?
It's okay.
Just okay?
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome to Australia.
Thank
Say good day to all the owners out there. And some of them are down here tomorrow to meet you, and I'm sure we'll get to know you very well over the next couple of weeks. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Shortly after talking to Paul and Nikola, who are obviously enjoying Australia.
Yeah, they love it.
And must be loving working with you guys.
Yeah.
And I think you all went 10-pin bowling last night together.
Yeah, the whole of the international team, Racing Victoria, took us 10-pin bowling, and we had dinner and some drinks, and it was a really good night.
It's good how they look after them, because they're all here a long way from home, and they're from several different countries.
Yeah.
And then we were lucky enough to catch up with Adrian Dunn, and we asked him some big questions.
Yeah.
Have a listen. Now I'd like to welcome Adrian Dunn, Werribee on Friday morning. Adrian, you've been down here nearly every morning as much as me. The difference is you're getting paid for it and I'm not.
And I'm still waiting for those coffees.
Oh, you. He said, I'll never get a coffee out of you, will I? Tell us, you've been here a week. What do you think?
Well, look, certainly, Darren, all the horses seem to have travelled well, acclimatised well. They're now getting into their normal routines. Look, it's an exciting time. Only for some horses, only 10 days away from having a run, or in fact 8 days away from having a run. Yeah, it's all part of this great carnival we look forward to each year in Melbourne.
Tell us, Early tips. Which horses as physical specimens do you like so far?
So do I tip the ones you told me not to tip, or what do I do here? Now look, certainly, lot to like about Dan Dino. He's a proven traveller, proven performer. Paul's happy with him. You know better than I is how well he's going. Also like Sizemos, comes off a really good win on Jeffrey Freer. You've got Craig New, got a really good pick up there. He seems to be on the horse that's on the way up. Don't know much about Gestavone, but look, certainly the Japanese have settled in well. They bring really good form from obviously the Japan Cup in Mairatki. Bandy comes off a 5-length win. Not quite sure the depth of the fields that he beat there, but look, won by 5 lengths, listed race. Obviously enough to bring him over here. He's got form behind Gold Ship in a Group 2 race in Japan. So look, that's one of those great mysteries of the Melbourne Cup, all these converging form lines. Which way do you go? Maybe a little bit too early for me to put my head on the block just yet.
Well, look, you're pretty good with the early scoop. I think you're the one that broke the news on Craig Newell before I did, which is a pretty good get.
Well, hopefully
now, I know you haven't picked a Caulfield Cup winner since 1972, but maybe you could... Who would be your tip right now today? Who do you think's got the best chance to win a Caulfield Cup? And forget about ours, just what you really think.
Caulfield Cup.
We'll judge you on it for years.
Yeah, I know you'll keep on replaying this tape. Caulfield Cup. Look, I don't want to sort of seem as though you've got me twisted my arm behind my back here, but I think Seismus, I like this horse a lot. I think that's the race for him.
Cox Plate?
I'm going to go with another international there. I'm an international fan. I'm down here every morning. I'm going to go with Adelaide.
Adelaide and Melbourne Cup.
Melbourne Cup.
$1 million question.
Yeah, gee, that's a tough one.
You'd have to tip one of the Japanese, wouldn't you?
No, not necessarily.
I don't want you to tip mine because then it won't win.
No.
Did you tip Ferrando last year?
Of course I did.
That was the day after the Cup.
Yeah, no, look, I'm sitting on the fence of the Melbourne Cup. It's still too tough.
Yeah, all right. Well, maybe we'll catch up with you later in the season.
No, well, hopefully in that stage you will put me that coffee.
That's it. So tune in to TVN and watch 2 Cups and a Plate. You can see Adrian there with all the greatest and latest news.
And also racingnetwork.com.au.
Yeah, well, just go to ATV, it's better. And thanks for joining us.
Thanks, mate.
Well, that's a wrap for ATB TV this week at Werribee. Looking forward to Sunday to see Guest of Honour do fast work with Damien Oliver on board. We're waiting to see who's going to ride Dan Dino. We'll confirm that
$1 million question.
in the next 10 hours. We may be able to put it on the text of this show. We might have that before we go to production. Yeah. And then, of course, next Saturday.
Big day.
Big day. So we've got the breakfast in the morning, tomorrow morning here at Werribee. And then we've got the Toorak Day and we've got a number of runners there. So I can't wait. Yeah. We're right in the middle of spring, Shona.
It's the thick of it.
I need some Barocca. Until next week, I'm Darren Dance with Shona Drechsler. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
How good does that feel?
Red Cuddo.
There. Oh, I'm loving that. Oh, better. It's like getting a big scratchy thing through that back for him.
Look at grown men talk to. They're like,
oh, that's good, eh?
I'm a happy boy now.
Feeling good.